So previously we briefly covered the why choose to file separately. Basically, it's that from like legal reasons, you don't want to get involved, okay, or some specific legal complications, right? You don't want to for some legal reasons, for example, community property tax. Okay, the couple may like choose to file separate returns for clear reporting, right? So it's not clear. There's not like get a lot of things involved. So basically, it's like a big reasons for legal reasons. The second reason is that, for example, one spouse's income, like for example, it's involving adjusted gross income, right? And previously I mentioned the example of medical expenses, right? So for example, you seek searching certain threshold of the AGI, and but for example, specific scenario, okay? Let me just give you a specific scenario so it makes sense. So for example, one of the spouse got like a really low income, but got a really high medical bill because one of the spouses go like being to the hospital and like receiving the treatment. So nearly like no work at all. So really low income and a really high medical bill. So if you are filing separately, right, you actually lower the AGI threshold. AGI is adjusted gross income threshold. You lower that, so basically you can claim more. But if you got like one spouse got like really high medical bill, low income, and one spouse got like a really high income, or maybe just normal income, but it really depends on the number. If you combine and find it jointly, it actually just claim less. Okay, so basically it's like this is like a beneficial point of view. Okay, if you file it separately, you get more benefits than filing jointly. But that really depends on the specific scenario as well as the specific bracket. So the general rule of thumb is something like this. Okay, so the MFS is like the bracket is narrower, so the margin of movement that you can wiggle inside of this bracket is narrower. Okay, unless you fall that exactly from economic point of view, unless you fall that exactly into that certain bracket that are beneficial for you, you should do this separately. But as I said, why most of the time file jointly is better, because the file jointly, the brackets is intentionally make it. It's not like two times, but rather two times plus a certain thing. So is the margin is a wider. Okay, so for joint filers, they got like more room to wiggle in tax terms. So and of course more credits. So really, in fact, choosing to file separately is for majorly two reasons. One is for the legal reasons, right? The other is for economic reasons. You don't want to be pulled into the higher bracket. You don't want to lose more claim. You want to claim more, right? So basically, you want to like reduce the money that go out of your pocket. If it make economic sense or if it make legal sense, you choose this find jointly, find separately. Except for that, I think most of the scenario, find jointly is a good choice.